What is up, ladies and gents? The Australian Charizard here, bringing you my first ever Pokemon TCGO gameplay. In this video, I'm going to be using a Charizard deck. So the deck's going to mainly be focused around Charizard EX. This obviously is not the best Charizard out there. There is another Charizard which can use Combustion Blast, and that does 150 damage. And if you attach a muscle band or whatnot to it, that is an instant knockout on quite a lot of EX cards. I unfortunately don't have any of those, so we are going to resort to the Charizard EX with Fire Blast, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, I've also got a Mega Charizard EX in this deck. On the rare occasion, if I can't do anything else, I guess, in the turn, and the opportunity arises, I might as well evolve to a Mega Charizard EX, because this card is an absolute tank. If this can take out at least 2 EX cards, or it basically does its job, and it does a whopping 300 damage, and this Pokemon does 50 damage to itself as well, but we've got Protection Cube to counter that effect, which will work very nicely. It's very good synergy with the Mega Charizard EX. I've also got a Reshiram in here, just because, you know, on the rare occasion, you know, Outrage, it does 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, as well as Blue Flare, sorry about that. It does 120 damage, and you will have to discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon, but that can be a good way to get the energy in the discard pile, and we can just blacksmith them back out, and we can attach 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile to one of your fire type Pokemon, which is quite a very nice supporter card to run in these fire decks, because you could Ultra Ball, or you could use an attack that discards fire energy. You can get them in there really quickly, and then you can immediately attach 3 energy a turn to one of your fire Pokemon, which is absolutely ridiculously overpowered, which is very useful. So this is a very good card that got introduced in the Flash Fire expansion, so that's very nice. I've got a Jirachi EX because Stellar Guidance, the ability, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your head. So basically, the main focus of Jirachi is to get a supporter out. It can be a very good card to get you out of really sticky situations, but unfortunately it is an easy target for a Pokemon catcher, or a very quick knockout, because an EX with 90 HP, that's a very easy 2 prize cards. However, the amount of times this card has gotten me out of a very awkward situation because of Stellar Guidance, allowing me to search for a supporter card. You know, I'd gladly run the risk of sacrificing just 2 prize cards, because 9 times out of 10 this card does the job, which is well. So I've also got a Kangaskhan EX, because we're going to be running a few double colorless energy, and that will go well onto this, but we're not going to really attack with Kindred Kick as much. We want to evolve it to the Mega Kangaskhan EX, and we will be doing Wham Bam Punch, which is 100 damage minimum, and you flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 30 more damage for each heads. So obviously, if you do the math, if you get 2 heads, which is, believe it or not, it's quite a good chance, that does 160 damage, and if you attach a muscle band to that, that is also an instant knockout. That will be doing 180 damage. So that is very nice. I've got the Mega Evolutions in here to deal with the decks that run Pyro, because that is a bit of a pit stop that we don't want to cross, and if we can counter that with a Mega Pokemon, then we will be able to be just fine, because nothing's worse than getting completely stuck and having to forfeit the game, because you basically can't do anything, because Pyro is just an insane Pokemon that just prevents all attacks of basic Pokemon to it. So Yeah, that was a very, very, very powerful card, and a lot of decks are running that now. I've got some bicycles. I've also got some fiery torches, which is discard a fire energy from your hand, and if you do, you can draw 2 cards. Professor's Letter, because we obviously want to be able to search for energy if we don't really have any in our hand. So if we have a Professor's Letter, we can quickly search for another 2 fire energy. I've got roller skates. The main ideal for this deck is to just keep going and not stopping. So you want to draw as many, well, not as many cards, but you want to draw cards quite quickly, and you want to be quite speedy to set up everything, so you can start getting some really quick and early attacks out, which is very, very powerful for this deck, and it applies very early pressure, which is very, very disrupting for your opponent, because basically you're forcing them to say, if you don't do anything this turn, I will keep taking prize cards. So yeah, this deck is about speed, which is kind of the type of deck that I like, because you know, falling a bit behind with your prize cards and still not being set up, it's just not really my type of game style. However, I will do a few videos on that in the future, just decks that take a while to set up, but they do make late comebacks, so yeah, just expect a lot of TCG content from me. But anyway, we are running 4 Ultra Balls, because we want to get our Pokemon out as fast as possible. Blacksmith, we're running 4 of those. Lysander, which is switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. It's a very powerful supporter card, so you can basically knit and pick and get some knockouts with the cards you want to knock out from your opponent, which is very nice. We're running 1 N. So yeah, we're running 4 Junipers as well to speed up the process, and we are running 3 Muscle Bands, 4 Protection Cubes, also running Silver Bangle, 9 Fire Energy, as well as 4 Double Colorless Energy. Buffalon is also a powerful card to add in. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20, and then the Gold Breaker, if the defending Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 60 more damage. So attach a Silver Bangle to that, you're basically doing 150 damage with just a Buffalon, which is not an EX, and that means you're only risking 1 prize card, so this card can be very powerful. So we're going to get started with a match, guys, and we'll see how I can do. Okay, so we have found a matchup here. So we're just going to flip a coin, and my opponent did win that, so he's going to go first. Okay, so one of the ideal ways to start this deck is to keep applying very early pressure very early on. And unfortunately here, we don't really have any energies that we drawed. So that's going to set us back quite a few turns. I'm probably going to start with the Charizard EX here, just because the Stoke ability, if we manage to pull that off, we'll be able to get some pretty early attacks in. And we can see here that my opponent has a Tropius out, so I'm kind of not too sure what to expect here, but we'll have to see what my opponent can do. Okay, so he's just going to attach a Grass Energy to the Tropius. I'm just really hoping that I can draw an energy next turn, honestly, because nothing is worse than not drawing an energy, and as you can see here, we don't even draw an energy. Okay, so this could be a little bit of a problem. I could Jirachi here. Geez, I don't really have much of an option. I'm not really running Skylar in this deck, which may have been a pretty good idea. Okay. I'm thinking about just going with an N here. So let's see. We'll just pull out the N. Okay. So let's play this. And we did manage to get an energy out of that, which is very good. So now we're going to Stoke, and let's see if this will work. It does work, so we can search our deck for up to 3 fire energies and attach it to to this Pokemon, which is awesome. Well, 3 basic energy cards actually. So we can get a Fire Blast in this next turn, and my opponent, my opponent is really going to want to try and get a basic Pokemon down this turn, because if my opponent can't do that, this match will be over in the next turn, which will be, there we go. We do see a Genesect come down, so that's a pretty cool card. But my opponent is completely, I think he's running a grass deck, probably revolving around the Genesect, but that works for me. I mean, I'm completely okay with that. So we are going to see 100 damage. I am going to attach a DCE here to my Kangaskhan EX. I could Lysander out the Genesect, but I don't really want to do that. I want to get the Tropius out because that has the energy in play. So I'm going to Fire Blast here for 120 damage, which is very nice. So we did manage to get a quick early knockout. We can get the Kangaskhan EX powered up in the next turn, but my opponent is going to pull out another Tropius, but that's okay. I might actually, what I could do, how many fire, we've got 1 fire energy. Alright, well I think that's the go. I'm gonna Lysander out the Tropius, take out another energy that was in play, and we'll Fire Blast again for this turn, taking another quick prize card, which is always very nice. So my opponent is down to 4 cards, so he's going to attach an energy and use Call for Family, so he will get some more basic Pokemon down in play, which will, yep, there we see the Virizion. Okay, so what I could do here, I might Roller Skate, just see if I can get anything else to work with. We do see a Muscle Band. I would really have liked a Lysander, so I could capture out that Virizion and make this as difficult as possible for my opponent. However, my opponent can't really do much at this point, and he just concedes the game. So that was a very quick match. I think I might just leave it at that. Just basically, that was an unlucky match for my opponent. Wasn't really drawing too much, and I did manage to take a few quick prize cards early on, so that match did not take very long at all, which is a little bit of a bummer, but hey, that just shows you if you can get this deck up and running, and if you can pull off that Stoke on the first turn, then you are going to be in a very good position for a turn 2 Fire Blast. But yeah, I am going to try and get the other Charizard EX. I've got a few cards up for trade on the trade section, and hopefully I can pull out a few of those Charizard EXs, because the Combustion Blast Charizard EX is a lot better. You can get one-hit knockouts on EXs with that, so it is the way to go. I'll try and bring out a video on that. I'm not too sure when, but I'm going to try my best to get those Charizards as fast as possible. However, expect a lot of TCG content like this. Eventually I'm going to be recording live footage at local tournaments. I'll be doing some commentaries there, just, yeah, because I don't really see much of that around in Australia. So for all you viewers overseas, if you do end up subscribing to my channel, you will be seeing a lot of giveaways, tutorials. You will also be seeing live TCG gameplay and a lot of TCG like this, just basically telling you guys a little bit about the game mechanics and trying to look for new decks and that work together with good synergy, and good Pokemon that work with very good synergy as well. But that's enough for me talking. I'm the Australian Charizard. I'll see you guys on the next video.